Hi. Well, in myHotel, we have processed over 1 million reviews, and I'm going to show you some insights that we have gathered and see how you can capitalize that reviews in earnings. So let me see. Okay, first, from 2010, guest satisfaction factors has been the most important thing over price and location. Individuals in this study were asked to select those factors when they were going to purchase or decide where to stay, and in 51% of the cases, guest satisfaction factors were selected. And this is important because today, for an independent small hotel, almost 50% of the demand can come from OTAs. In average, it's like 20%, but it's growing over time. But there's also an indirect effect because 9 out of 10 guests report that they visit review sites when deciding where to stay. So there is an indirect effect. Even though they don't do the booking through an OTA, there's the indirect effect because they are looking on review sites. How do they behave? Well, you can see they visit, in average, 12 OTAs, 7.5 views, and spend 5 minutes in each page. This suggests that they are looking at reviews. So, in simple words, upcoming guests visit a lot of pages, spending a little time watching and seeing reviews. But when do they do it? Here in this graph, you can see how many days before they make a reservation guests are going into TripAdvisor, that is the biggest review collection platform. So there you go. Most of them are doing right before they are deciding where they're going to stay. So our suggestion is that they are evaluating alternatives and they decide on reviews, finally. And more importantly, 1 out of 3 guests report that they changed their decision after seeing reviews. So that's very important. Our conclusion one is that online reputation impacts purchasing decision and in the exact moment when they are going to decide where to stay. But how we can measure this impact? Well, for example, if you can go from grade 3 to 4 in TripAdvisor, you could raise your prices up to 100% without affecting your demand. For a 100-room hotel, this could be in non-perceived earnings of $1 million a year. So it's very important. Other impacts that you can see is that reputation also impacts the main economic factors for hoteliers: ADR, occupancy rate, and revenue per available room. What you can see is there is a positive correlation, and it impacts more the price than the occupancy rate. So you can capitalize reputation, increasing your pricing more than increasing your occupation. So the conclusion too is that online reputation affects these indicators and mostly the price you can charge. But how we can capitalize this reputation into earnings? Well, the algorithm of TripAdvisor seeks for a lot of good and recent reviews. But most hoteliers only focus on the quality. They ask us how we can get only 5-star reviews. But the algorithm ponderates also that those reviews are recent. It doesn't matter that you have only 5-star reviews from 5 years ago, because the effect of that review will decrease on time. So you need quantity also, and that those reviews are recent. It's very important. And also it's important because when I go to book an hotel, only 5-star reviews profile, it's a little bit suspicious. So you need to have translate the reality to the online sites. So once you receive a review, the important is to know how to reply. Do I have to reply to all the reviews? Do I have to reply only to the negative reviews? Here we're going to give some recommendations. But the first good recommendation is to answer or respond person to person, not like a robot. I've seen a lot of hotels that work with us that they do like copy-paste, we're happy to have you, and it's almost like a robot is writing. When a visitor is looking at those comments, they almost go right ahead to the negative reviews. So what we suggest is that you respond consciously to some of the positive reviews and respond to every negative reviews from grade 3 downwards in less than 48 hours. That's because hotels that reply more than 50% of their reviews, they have 30% of more chances of getting booked. And also, only for replying, they can increase the review volume. They can boost the amount of positive reviews because travelers know that the hotel is listening, so they gain something leaving a review. And they decrease negative reviews. In this study, they explain it because you eliminate those fake reviews because they can be exposed because the hotel will scrutinize those reviews and reply or eliminate them. So replying is not enough, so I will leave you a few tips on using reputation on your favor. One of them is have a positioning strategy. You have to understand what your guests really value and know what you need to improve. Exactly for that, you can use it for marketing purposes. For example, 8 out of 10 people declare that segmented marketing influences purchasing decision. And for example, if you want to do loyalty program, post-stay marketing, you need to know what are your advantages and what you did good and what you did wrong. For example, you can send an email to invite your guests to your new restaurant if they left bad reviews about your food in TripAdvisor, for example. So a micro-segmented email has 30% more chances of getting opened, 50% more chances of getting clicked, and 2 times conversion into sales. So that's one tip that you could use. The second is that you can unify your team and create a guest-centric culture. When the hotel is listening to the reviews and the hotel employees know that you're listening and processing those reviews, guests becomes the evaluator in real time. So your employees are more prompt to give a better service because they know they are being evaluated anytime. And also capitalize your reputation. Most hoteliers look only at price. So they look at the competitors and say, okay, I have $20 cheaper price, so I will get booked. In that manner. So you have to remember, when you go up in terms of reputation, you can boost up your prices. So, and that's very important because some hoteliers take the strategy of lowering prices, but you attract unloyal guests because once you go up, it's very difficult to go up then because you position yourself as a cheaper hotel, and also your occupation rates won't get up because the public you attracted only went to your hotel because it was cheap. The better way to consolidate loyalty is with good reputation, good service quality, and that. So, in summary, online reputation impacts the purchasing decision at the moment of decision, and also the main economic factors such as ADR, revenue per available room, and occupancy rates. And it only improves just by listening and replying with conscience, human, to your guests. Thank you. If you want some questions, it's okay.
If there's any questions about e-reputation, what you can do about it, and how to use it at your own benefit.
Okay.
No? Well, then in that
Thank you.
case, thank you very much. Thank you, Felix.
Bye.
And so in that case.